So a year ago in March, I was walking past St Mark's. I just really felt that I should come into the church. And as I came, people were renovating the gardens. They were doing up the gardens for Easter. And I came in and asked if I could help. I can see now that I was searching for God. Because a year previous to that, I'd tried to kill myself. And I'd spent a year going through addiction and then recovery from drugs, from alcohol. So to the point when I turned up at the church, I was really ready for the next stage of my life, and I didn't know that. So I spent the day at church, doing up the gardens and talking to lovely people, just the friendliest people I'd ever met. So one Sunday at church, I was asked if I'd like to go camping. I was told that there was a free camping space. I thought, I like camping. I'm down for a bit of free camping. And the timing was perfect because although I'd stopped taking drugs, I was still growing weed in my house. And the plants that I was growing had just been cut down, and then I went camping straight after that to New Wine. So to me, camping was normally just a group of people that get drunk in a field. We didn't do that at New Wine. On the first night, we went to watch somebody speak, and then everyone was worshipping and praying. And while we were worshipping, I just got really hot. My hands got really hot. My back got warm. I think my face was bright red. I started crying, and I had to sit down. And yeah, I think I encountered the Holy Spirit for the first time. People prayed over me. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe what had happened. And then the second night, I think I was doubting that a little bit. I was doubting what had happened, and I was thinking I'd made a fool of myself. And also I used to go to meditation classes while I was on my journey of trying to find myself before New Wine. And I believed that the meditations and the guru that I'd met were the truth. And so I went down for prayer because I was crying again. And while the woman was praying over me, she knew loads of things about my life. And I didn't know things that nobody else knew, about me being adopted, she said, we're healing a broken heart. And as she was praying over my heart, God told me that He was the truth and He was the only truth. And I knew then that He was the truth. So I surrendered my life to Jesus while I was at New Wine, and I told Him, do with my life as you will, I'm yours. And when I came home to an eviction notice, because God worked quite quickly. I didn't think it was going to be that fast. Came home to an eviction notice and a letter off the police because they'd gained access to my property while I'd been at New Wine. But no charges could be brought. Although they could see that I'd had a cannabis farm in my bedroom, no charges could be brought because it had all been cut down and I'd hidden the plants underneath my stairs. And so when I realised that there were no charges to be brought, despite what I'd done, I contacted the person that I was growing the weed for, and I said, you need to come round and pick this weed up. And I literally gave it to him and said, Jesus has saved my life. So I don't want any part of this, you can have it back. I don't want it. So in the last few months I've been trying to clear all the debts that I'd accumulated prior to being saved. And one of those debts was a debt for my car insurance company, because when I tried to take my life, I'd crashed my car into a car park, and I owed about £18,000 to my car insurance company. So in the process of me ringing around to clear my debts, when I contacted the car insurance company, they said, we're really sorry that you should have been notified that we cleared the debt as if you were an insured driver, and that debt was paid at the beginning of August. So my debt was paid while I was at New Wine. So since New Wine, my life now is just completely different. My life's amazing. I have friends, I have family in church. My church and my family. I do volunteer work. I volunteer at a food bank. And I just want to serve God in whatever way that I can. Because I do feel that, well, I know that God pulled me out of the fire so that I can pull others out of the fire.